Two very different cruise lines, two very different target demographics, but with the ship within a ship premium experience concept of the MSC Yacht Club and Celebrity Cruises Retreat, cruisers have a choice to make. How do these two products compare? Is there a clear winner? You might be surprised. I've recently experienced both of these, and I'm going to break it down for you today on Seymour Seas. I recently experienced and published my video review of the MSC Yacht Club. I was very pleasantly surprised, so you're going to want to watch that video in full. You probably already know that I'm also a big fan of the Celebrity Cruises Retreat. I've experienced that personally many times. Today, we are going to compare both experiences, discussing premium amenities included, dining and private lounge venues, exclusive pool and sun deck area, price, value, and the overall ship experience. Make sure to watch to the end of this video so you can get my overall recommendation. Hello everyone and welcome. If you are new here, I am Doug and this is Seymour Seas, your cruise tips and planning channel where I hope to help you and your family pick, plan, and book your next cruise vacation. If you are a cruise enthusiast, I do ask you to consider subscribing to the channel for additional cruise content just like this. When you're ready to book your next cruise, don't forget to email me here at the email address shown on the screen, or you can find my contact information in the video description. Thanks everybody for watching today, and let's get started. Let's start by defining what this ship within a ship concept is all about. It is normally an exclusive private area designated specifically to those guests that are booked in suites. It offers a more luxurious, intimate experience similar to a smaller, more upscale ship within the larger vessel. It allows these passengers to enjoy the amenities of the larger ship while still having this private, high-end enclave with dedicated premium services and amenities. Cunard is widely accepted for developing this concept with the Queen Elizabeth II, with its different classes of service and the different areas of the ship for dining for those different classes. MSC was an early adopter as well, with most of its fleet starting back in 2008. NCL, with its Haven concept, was close to follow, and now Celebrity Cruises, as well as just recently Princess Cruises, has also created this concept within most of their newer, larger ships. So what do you get with this, and what are we going to compare? Well, the first is going to be the dedicated facilities. You are going to have a private dedicated lounge with concierge service. You're also going to have a private dedicated dining room with upgraded cuisine and services, and you are not going to have reservations. There is a dedicated pool and sun deck exclusive for those guests that are booked within the enclave. Other exclusive amenities include butler service as well as premium drink and Wi-Fi packages. There is a sense of enhanced security and privacy with the terminal having separated dedicated entrances as well as priority boarding areas. There is also key card access to many of these ship areas that provide a feeling of separation and exclusivity. Because you're in the suites, you also have larger, more luxurious stateroom accommodations compared to the standard cabins on board. So all of this is a blend of luxury as well as convenience. So let's now start comparing some of these dedicated services and facilities. Let's start with the enclave itself. With Celebrity Cruises The Retreat, on the Edge class ships, you're going to find this on the top 2 or 3 decks of the ship all the way forward. This includes the Retreat Lounge, a sun deck with pool, as well as the private restaurant Lumine. All of these are key card access only for retreat guests. Only the highest level of suites are actually located within the enclave, where the rest of the suite categories are spread out through the upper decks of the rest of the ship. On the Solstice-class ships, this is an extremely disjointed retreat area, with Michael's Club being the retreat lounge located on Deck 5. Lumine, the private restaurant, is on Deck 3 on the side of the main dining room, and then the private sun deck on some Solstice-class ships are located at the very, very top deck on Deck 15. For MSC ships, the Yacht Club is located on the top 3 decks forward of the ship. This does include the 24-hour concierge desk, the top sail lounge, as well as the private MSC Yacht Club dining room. The sun deck and pool deck are located 1 deck above. All of this is key card access only, making it a very private experience, as well as the suites are all located within this key carded access of the MSC Yacht Club. For this, I believe MSC has a much, much better design than the Celebrity Cruises Retreat. For both products, you do get very, very similar amenities. You'll be receiving the premium drink package, a premium Wi-Fi package, reserved theater seating, also priority boarding, priority embarkation and debarkation, butler, as well as concierge service. What I do feel is that MSC has a slight advantage here because of the Wi-Fi package. You actually get 2 devices instead of 1 on Celebrity, and someone is actually working the concierge desk 24/7, whereas you need to call someone after hours with Celebrity. So for this, I believe MSC has a slight advantage once again. Let's move on and compare the lounges of these upscale products. With Celebrity in the Retreat, you do have a very nice lounge that is key card access only. It does have concierge service throughout the day and the early evening. For drinks, you do have a sit-down server service, as well as for in the afternoons, you will have a tea service, and then before dinner, they have a happy hour with hors d'oeuvres and snacks. There is self-serve bottled water as well as sodas located in refrigerators, and you also have full views of the ocean on both the port and the starboard side. There is access to the sun deck via an outside stairway, but there is no direct access to Lumine, the private dining room for suite guests. In the MSC Yacht Club, you will find the Top Sail Lounge. This is a large, expansive area with wonderful views forward-facing of the ocean that goes from the port to the starboard side. It has a very large bar with bar seating as well as full sit-down server drink service. You're going to find pastries there in the morning, tea service in the afternoon, as well as happy hour with hors d'oeuvres before and after dinner. You're also going to find live entertainment there most evenings. It does have direct access to the Yacht Club restaurant, which is just above it via the crystal staircase. It also has direct access to the pool deck and sun deck through a dedicated elevator just down the hall. I feel once again, even though these two are very, very similar, the MSC Top Sail Lounge is much, much bigger than the Retreat Lounge on Celebrity, and the views are a little better on the MSC due to its full 2-story wall of windows facing forward from both port to the starboard side. As we compare the dedicated dining rooms for these guests, we will look at Lumine from Celebrity Cruises and the Yacht Club restaurant from MSC. Both of these restaurants are very, very similar with upgraded cuisine choices. It has a dedicated venue where no reservations are required. They have a wonderful team of servers and a dedicated server that you will have each night. There is also a dedicated sommelier for your wine choices, and for entrees, you're going to have a different menu every night, but you're also going to have that classic menu that is available every day. I feel that the cuisine choices and the quality was just a little bit better on Celebrity in Luminae, as well as the venue itself seems to be a little bit more sophisticated, private, and more comfortable than the MSC Yacht Club restaurant. So for this one, I'm going to give Celebrity the edge. As we compare the dedicated sun deck and pool areas for both of these products, let's start first with the Celebrity Retreat. The Retreat sun deck and pool is a 2-story venue on the Celebrity Beyond, the Ascent, and the upcoming Excel. On the Edge and Apex, they are 1-story. It is a very large area with lots of different loungers with towels provided. There is a lot of shaded areas as well as shaded cabana day beds that are first come, first serve. They also have very, very large industrial size umbrellas that they do put up in fair weather conditions. If it is windy at all or there are rough seas, I've noticed that the umbrellas are not put up. However, this does create a lot of shaded areas for Celebrity. The pool itself is a small plunge pool, only about 4 feet deep, and it can get crowded at times. It does have showers on each side. It does have additional towels located there as well. And one thing that Celebrity does that I think is really cool is that they provide you access to complimentary sunscreen. The 2 hot tubs in the sun deck area are located just outside of the pool area on each side of the ship. On the Edge and Apex, it's located right beside the main plunge pool. There is a dedicated seating area for ordering lunch, and that is available right beside the bar where you can sit and have a cocktail, as well as they have many, many servers walking around for taking orders while you're in the pool or whether you're sunning in one of the lounge areas. It's noteworthy that you can only order lunch and items in the afternoon on the Retreat sun deck, and these are things like a Luminae burger, which is very popular, the chicken sandwich, and other items such as shrimp cocktail. Bathrooms are available for both men and the ladies, located on port or starboard right off of the main elevator access point. For the dedicated pool deck and sun deck for the MSC Yacht Club, it is located also at the top deck at the front of the ship. It does have a very large pool area that has a shallow end and then gets a little bit deeper up to around 5 feet. This can get a little bit crowded at times, but it is a larger pool than what you'll find on the Celebrity Edge class. Also, there is lots of different seating available from the MSC Yacht Club. It is located throughout the entire sun deck area. The only problem here is that I did not feel that there was a lot of shade available for those that wanted to get out of the sun. There are day beds, but they come at an added cost, and you must reserve these from the staff at the pool bar or through your butler. They also have 2 hot tubs, one located at the very front of the pool deck area, and it is a large hot tub. It is very, very nice, and it has some really excellent views to the front of the ship. The second hot tub is a little smaller, and it is located at the more midship location of the Yacht Club sun deck. I will note that also the towels are provided on the sun deck and located at 2 different spots on each side of the bar area. The bar area itself is a very large area. It does have seating at the bar on one side, and then the rest of the bar is located for walk-up drinks as well as a very large buffet. This is a huge difference between MSC and Celebrity. MSC Yacht Club does provide a full breakfast buffet with eggs made to order, including different styles of eggs Benedict. They have a wonderful lunch buffet as well as afternoon snacks and desserts. You do not have to go out of the yacht club to order breakfast or order lunch. It is a very nice feature of the MSC Yacht Club. The dedicated dining area for MSC is located on each side of the bar forward. There are lots of different tables on both sides, and on the starboard side, that is actually a smoking area as well. So please make note of that. And just like Celebrity, there are bathrooms for both men and women located just off the elevators. When I compare both of these spaces, I think that they have a lot of similarities. Celebrity has more shade, MSC has the larger pool, but the one thing that sets it apart is that MSC Yacht Club provides a wonderful breakfast buffet as well as a lunch buffet where you do not have to leave the yacht club and you can go up to the yacht club pool deck and have a really private, restful, comfortable breakfast. So as I mentioned earlier, these enclaves are meant for the suites guests. So there are a lot of different types of suites on both cruise lines. Now with Celebrity, it has many, many more suites than MSC. So if we look at the numbers, the Edge class ships have around 215 total suites on board. This is about 146 entry-level Sky Suites, 16 Celebrity Suites, 43 Royal Suites, 6 Edge Villas, which are the ones that are actually located in the enclave itself, and then there are 2 penthouse suites, and then 2 gigantic, iconic suites, which are right above the bridge. As we look at the numbers for most of the MSC ships in the yacht club, you're going to have about a total of 130 or so suites, and 19 of those are the very unique inside stateroom suites. This is the level of suite that I stayed in when I sailed MSC Yacht Club, and it was very economical for what you're getting. Their balcony suites, similar to the Sky Suite from Celebrity, there are deluxe as well as grand deluxe suites. There's about 108 of those, 2 royal suites, and their largest suites are owner's suites. There are 2 of those. I think that Celebrity absolutely has a better selection, and they also have something for every budget. The much, much larger suites on Celebrity are obviously more expensive. Their Edge Villas are 2-story townhouses, and it is really an exceptional offering from Celebrity Cruises. When sailing out of the U.S. on both of these cruise lines from Florida ports, you're most likely going to visit one of the cruise line's private islands. Celebrity Cruises uses Royal Caribbean Group's private island Perfect Day at Coco Cay. Now, many of the shorter cruises as well as select 7-day cruises will utilize this port as a stop. Now, one of the things that's different from Celebrity is that there are no dedicated retreat areas on the island. In Royal Caribbean fashion, everything basically comes at an extra charge. So there is a private beach club that is an extra fee, which is a very nice beach club. It has a much, much upgraded experience with a pool and an upgraded lunch, and it is very, very private and comfortable. There's also an added fee area that's adults only called Hideaway Beach. This is somewhat new, and both have dedicated trams taking you to each of those areas. Your Wi-Fi package and your drink package are going to be extended to the island, so it comes with the retreat, so you'll be able to utilize both while on the island. MSC has a really nice private island, Ocean Key Marine Reserve, which is a newer island, but it does have a dedicated area for yacht club guests. It's called Ocean House, and Ocean House does provide its own private beach. It actually has two of them. It does not have a pool, but it does have a wonderful clubhouse area with an upgraded lunch and dedicated services for yacht club guests. Cabanas are able to be rented for an additional fee, but most of them do not have direct beach access. On this private island, there is also a dedicated Yacht Club Ocean House tram that you take just inside the gates of Ocean Key Marine Reserve. And just like Celebrity, MSC also extends the drink package and the Wi-Fi package to the island, so both are fully available. Even though I do believe that Perfect Day at Coco Cay is a much, much better private island, I did a full video review of this island, and I'll leave the link at the end of this video. I believe it's a much better island, but for the suites areas on each of these islands, I have to give the edge here to MSC based on the fact that they do have the dedicated area of Ocean House and services for yacht club guests, including the two different beaches, the upgraded lunch, and the private tram taking you directly to that location. The last area that we're going to compare is going to be price and value. I did a search for a 7-night Western Caribbean cruise round trip out of Miami for August of 2026. Both of these cruises visit the cruise line's private island and is in a balcony suite stateroom. On the Celebrity Beyond, we have a Sky Suite Category S1, and the total round trip cost is $7,443. On the MSC Seascape for that same week, we had a balcony deluxe suite stateroom, and the total price for that was $6,930. However, the inside suite came to $4,999, much, much cheaper than the entry-level suite from Celebrity. That inside suite from MSC is not for everyone. I've seen very good as well as not so good reviews of the size of the suite. So please check out my MSC Yacht Club review to see my tour of my inside suite. With the premium experiences from both of these cruise lines, I do believe that they have a lot of similarities, but they also have very different demographics. For the suites only experience, I do believe that MSC has a slight edge for amenities as well as price. But outside of the suites only enclave of these ships, there is a huge difference. The Celebrity ship on the Celebrity Beyond, for instance, is going to be a much more sophisticated and comfortable experience than you'll find on the MSC ships. The demographic is going to be much more experienced cruiser and a much more relaxed cruiser. The buffet area in each are going to be completely different. Celebrity is going to have much better upscaled food available as well as service throughout the ship. MSC is going to be much more congested, a lot more children, and the demographic is going to be a casual first-time cruiser as well as a budget cruiser. The service that you're going to experience on the MSC ship is going to be much less than you're going to find throughout the rest of the ship on Celebrity. So depending on your plans, if you are going to enjoy the entire ship experience, Celebrity might be a better choice. If you want to stay within the larger enclave of the MSC Yacht Club like I did on my sailing, I really enjoyed the experience and did not venture out to the rest of the ship, which was very, very crowded, very loud, and very congested. With each of these options, there is something for everyone and something for every budget. So you really will not have a bad experience with either of the suites only options. The ships are very different, so make sure that you're picking the one that's right for you and your family. Thanks everybody for watching today, and if you are interested in additional cruise content just like this, I ask you to consider subscribing to the channel. It really does help me out. And when you're ready to book your next cruise on Celebrity, MSC, or any other cruise line, please let me know by emailing me here at the email address shown on the screen, or you can find my contact information in the video description. I want to thank you again for watching, and you might want to check one of these related videos out next. Thanks everybody, and as always, I'll see you again soon.